Hey, what's up, man? Colt Morris from Coyote Academy. I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and you take this however you want, but do things your way. Make yourself happy. When I go out into the fur barn or shop, or go out into the field to trap, hunt, to do thermal hunt, predator call, I'm doing what makes me happy. So I'm not worried about what other people are concerned of, or when it comes to putting out knowledge or to giving out some knowledge, yeah. And you always want to stay on that moral and ethical ladder, and don't try and climb too high and fall off, just completely negate it. But I'm doing things my way when I'm out. When I'm out in the field, and I'm doing them in a way that makes me happy. So remember, the biggest freedom that you'll ever have is doing what you want when you want to do it. And I just kind of wanted to get on and give you guys a little quick tip that I've found out through shooting, and kind of wanted to give you just not the best 5, but just 5 tips when shooting from either a tripod or a bipod. And these are in no particular order, so we'll just dive right into them. But let's say tip 1. You need to worry about how you're set up on your tripod, your bipod, your stance, your cheek weld, your length of pull, breathing, how you pull the trigger, where you rest your thumb at, on your hand. Are you squeezing, or you get squeezing it, or you resting your thumb up over top? Is that causing you to crank your wrist in when you're pulling your trigger? And then having just, actual down the range experience, putting rounds down the range and doing it with your actual hunting setup. Shooting off bags is cool, and getting everything laser beamed and zeroed in is cool. Or even, using some other rests or shooting off your bipod, great. But I want actual time in the field, or, I want to actually be shooting my gun, my setup, off the tripod, off of what I've got, and shooting rounds downrange at targets. And that way, hopefully it'll translate into whenever I go out and I'm doing my own hunting, whether that's predator or whatever hunting. And I guess that kind of falls into tip number 2, is getting actual in the field experience when it's crunch time, and shooting down the range with the exact gear that you're going to be using. I mean, it's the old adage, practice how you play. So that leads us to kind of tip number 3, is you want to have a good quality bipod, you want to have a good quality tripod, you want to have a very durable setup that you're shooting thousands and thousands around off of. You do not want it to be bending, you don't want it to be twisting, you don't want it to give, take, you want it to be solid. So buy once, cry once is what they typically say. But when I'm shooting, I want my tripod, ball head, and my bipod to be strong enough to take a beating and just keep on eating, just eating rounds. Being comfortable shooting from different positions, whether that's standing, kneeling, or in the prone position. You want to, like I said, practice and preach it, brothers. It's not going to get, just magically happen. You're going to have to get out there, and you're going to have to eat up some rounds and shoot some steel in half, and you're just going to have to do it. Another little tip, and I say this, let's just say this is tip 5. And we'll just say the last one for now, but staying level when shooting. So, you want to make sure that you're level, or you have honestly, you want to make sure your scope's level, everything's level. And they have different tools, they have different gadgets that you can mount onto your gun, your scope, your Picatinny rail, and it'll help you out down the long road, because you want to shoot the same way every time. Sweat principle, same way every time. SWET, baby, same way every time. We do it in trapping, we do it in hunting, predator calling. Once I find a way, and I know that it is a very high performing and efficient way of taking animals, or harvesting fur, or I do it the same way every time. Hey, I hope that helped, and you know, if you guys could just like, share, comment, it helps the channel out more than you know. So we're trying to get back up there. I want to try and kind of switch things up, and still want to give really good content. I'm not worried about the monetization at the moment, but what I'm wanting to do is just give good content and get back to putting up some trapping and more hunting, more coyote management, and everything that's kind of more so pertaining to coyotes, even if it's tan fur put up, sowing fur, making new things. So like I said, guys, I really appreciate it. Means a lot, and until the next video.